I have one more question for you.
Of course.
As a Jewish mother,
Yes.
as an Israeli citizen that lives in Canada, I have a little problem, and I'd like to know, as the future mayor, and I believe you'll be our future mayor of Vaughan. A lot of the kids of Vaughan. Let's concentrate on Vaughan. A lot of our kids from Vaughan go to universities around Ontario, and they're going through very hostile and anti-Semitic environment. What can you, let's say, as a mayor, help us to eliminate this anti-Semitic in our universities, because it is our universities as well?
I think, first of all, it is an unfortunate situation, and it has been with us for many years.
And but it's growing.
It's growing.
And it's a lot of concern to a lot of us.
There's no question. And by the way, I know specifically who you're talking of, and that is York University in particular. Or at least I'm a little more... Well,
you said it.
Yeah, there's nothing... Yeah. Listen, I'm a grad of Ryerson and York University, so I'm a proud York grad. So I certainly... It doesn't mean I agree with everything that is taking place there, but I know the university...
There's no reason for anti-Semitic in any university.
Anywhere.
There's no excuse for any... There's just no excuse for that.
There isn't. And unfortunately, we seem quite often to, on a yearly basis, we seem to have this confrontation.
It's a weekly basis. It's growing a lot faster.
And I must say this, that I have graduated many years ago. I'm quite much older than university age. And so I'm not there daily, but certainly my assistants, and I have a couple of kids attending York University right now, they certainly bring the message home. One of my assistants, in fact, was studying just before I hired him, and I can tell you he kept active within the Jewish community in those protests that they did 2 years ago. It was, and I know what did happen, and I read the newspaper, and I also heard a number of debates on the matter. It is unfortunate. Now, the question is, what can the mayor of Vaughan do? Well, we are next door to one university. We certainly communicate with the president of the university. I have. When I was putting together the subway, the president of your university was a member of the committee. And so we have opportunity to speak. We attend some of their functions. We're invited. And but we also meet socially, politically, quite frankly. And so we do share opinions, ideas. That type of discussion can take place. We don't have no jurisdiction, let's be clear. But I believe when you look at the other jurisdiction, not the legal one, but the financial, the community, the support, quite frankly, there is something there. Every university, every school needs support. Would that be grants or special new equipments or approvals? And so everybody can have a say. What we have to be careful is that we take steps that stops this behavior or misbehavior. Instead of taking sides, I think we should try to what needs to be done to stop it.
There's no sides. There's no sides. Nobody's, it doesn't matter whose side. We shouldn't, it's anti-Semitic, period, whether it's, against the Jewish, kids, or whether, it's against the Muslim, or it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I mean, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't matter.
Hate should not be in any university. It's a place for learning. It's not a place of hate.
Yeah, I want you to know, and your listener to know one thing. I was born in Italy. I came here when I was almost 17 years old. I'm first generation. My parents never came here. So I came on my own, except my mother came twice in holiday. So she did visit Canada on 2 occasions. But interestingly enough, the year I arrived in Canada, I moved into a house of a Jewish lady. I was renting. And I spent 3.5 years in this house of a lady whom she was a survivor. So when people of the Jewish faith speaks to me about discrimination and whatever topic certainly disturbs them, I personally did not suffer it, in fairness, but I certainly lived with and shared those discussions with the lady I was renting from. And of course, from that house, I went to another one for another 3.5 years before I bought my own house. And that couple was a Jewish Ontarian, or the husband was from Toronto, North York, and the wife was from Kingston, of all the places, but they were living, of course, in North York. And again, I was exposed to the reality, of their years when discrimination against the Jewish community was quite normal, unfortunately, in our province. So I'm not new, unfortunately, to listening to these realities of the past and present. So I certainly think I have a feeling and know what it means, and I have always tried to do whatever I could, quite frankly, to prevent those things from happening, not just in the Jewish faith, quite frankly, but in many others.
Hate is hate.
Hate is hate. And
Absolutely.
By the way,
shouldn't be.
I, as Italian, I know I'm white, I'm a man, and so, but even I, as a new Canadian, understood to some degree what it means discrimination.
Should
not
be tolerance
to the same
to all
as religious one, but still there is some degree. And so no one. Remember, my wife's Chinese. She was born in Hong Kong. She grew up. She went to school. She came here as a young lady, but she's from another race, another continent. And again, I appreciate.
And how beautiful it is.
Yes, it is beautiful. But I tell you one thing: when you talk about discrimination, we still have that in every nationality or religion and so on. And so it's our duty to do whatever we can and more
to eliminate it,
because all of us are paying a price. And by the way, all of us have friends of different faiths.
Yeah, absolutely.
And me, you, and everybody else.
I believe that hate has no place.
Nowhere. And by the way, when I went to Israel, interestingly enough, one of the things...
I heard you went more than once.
I went twice.
There you go.
And in both occasions, I was taken to a number of places. Would that be somebody who suffered a bombing, who lost relatives, and who lost members of their family, but also who lost parts of their body? I also met with a religious leader, not just of the Jewish faith, but also other faiths.
Sure.
In fact, it was the members of the Jewish faith that brought me to the other facilities so that I can see how they work together,
even
in Israel, in harmony. And that was the message, basically. We are working together. We try to make a better world, but unfortunately, we got radicals that are not prepared to allow us to do that. And so I have been exposed in a number of occasions within those two trips and more. And so I appreciate all those things. The mayor can do something. A mayor is the leader of a city. A mayor meets with the province and with the feds and other leaders, and certainly if the mayor sees merits in an issue, that issue can be dealt, even if it's not our jurisdiction, we can still affect that issue.
Okay.